my name now or what it was?
What's your name now?
Name
What
now.
is your name?
I was Doris Joyce Atkins. That's my single name.
And what year were you born?
I was born 6/12/95. No, I was born 12th of June 1925. Oh, are you doing it?
Yeah, I'm carrying on.
And I had 5 brothers and 4 sisters. And we lived in this very old house. And my sister told me that on the night I was born that we never used to go into hospital. My mother always had it indoors. He come in and he said to my sister, if this child is not born in 5 minutes, I've got to take your mother to the hospital. And she said, then you bugger, she said, you was born. As she said it. So that went on, but I remember living in this very old house, and we didn't have much there because there was all one in that one house. And then eventually they pulled it down and we moved into a flat. They built flats all around where we were, and we lived quite near the where is it that the bridge goes up?
Tower
Bridge. We lived quite near Tower Bridge. And then we grew up there, and then it was when I was 14, I had to go to work, and it's only next door to where we were I used to go there, my sister was there. And then it was when I was 14 and a half, 3rd of September, they said that there was going to be a war. So what they did, they said it was then, and it went on till there was an alarm went off, and everybody didn't know what to do because, they said, we're trying this out, we're just trying it out. So then eventually, because there's dropping bombs everywhere, they dug out underneath the shelter. We lived right at the top of the house. We used to going 4 flights of stairs, and they dug it all out so we could all go in there and take our blankets and lay down there. And it was one time that my mother said to me, Dolly, she said, go up and tell Dad to come down, he said, because all the bombs had dropped. So I just dropped out. And I had to go up 5 flights of stairs that were done. And it was in the back room. I said, Dad, Mummy said it now, it's quiet, would you come down? He said, no, dear. He said, I went through the First World War. He said, and I've done my bit for this one. He said, and if the bomb's for me, I couldn't care less. Then all of a sudden, a bomb comes screaming down. I dived under the bed. He said, all right, darling. He said, it's gone over. Oh, but you hear one of them come down. So I went down and I said, Daddy said he's not coming down. He said, so she said, all right. So that alarm used to go around about 7 every night, all the time. So I used to come in from the factory. It took me about 2 minutes then to get home. And one night I come in, I'd had my tea, and then the alarm went. So she said, oh, Dolly, quick, come on down, come on. And I had Nicole, come on, quick, she said, quick. She'd always want to get there before the bombs come down. So it was, so they kept on, and then what the crafty Hitler did, he was dropping little tiny little things. As it dropped, it would burn. So my father used to be on what they called it. They'd all stay up at night and just put a little bit of earth on it. And it was one time when I was living with my sister at Downham, John. He said he got me a job where he worked, and he said, "You got to come with me. We're going to do the night work." So I went with him, and because if it dropped on their firm, they'd stop it, but they didn't. So I come home. But going back to my father, he was yeah, that's right. He was okay. But the night they dropped. They set London alight. All you could hear was bang, bang, bang. And on one of the bridges, that they called it the Bertha, she would go along and try and shoot down the aeroplanes. Anyway, after hours and hours and hours, when we went out, we went to look out, and the sky was burning all round. London was alight. And my mum said, I don't know. So that went on. And it was, so when I was 15, my sister Alice lived in one side of the road and Edie lived the other. But Alice lived, there was a big man's shop, and she had to go down and that way and get up. She lived at the back of the shop. I went there one day, and there was a man, there was a manager and a boy. So I said, "What?" So she said, "Oh, I've told them not to sit in this black cold shop. Come up in my kitchen and have your lunch up here." So that's what they used to do. So now and again, his mother and father didn't live far, and he said, "Come." So he took me round there, yeah, to see all his friends and that. So it was there one Christmas it was, and I said, he said, "Right, we're going." They went. So they said, he said to me, "What you doing on Boxing Day?" I said, "Oh, my mum don't like me here." So he said, "You sure?" I said, "Yeah." I mean, I was only 15. I said, "No, they wouldn't let me out." So he said, "Only we were having a party," he said, "on Boxing Day." He said, "Mum and all her friends and me and all my friends." So I said, "No." He said, "Okay, I'll see you after Christmas." So them days, after Boxing Day, you had to go back to work. Because I went back to work, and when I come out, I see Rosie there, and Alice was crying bitterly, and Rosie was saying, "We're so glad you didn't go." I said, "What are you on about?" She said, "Boxing Day, a bomb dropped and killed a lot of them. His family, all, and all my Rosie was saying, 'We're so glad you didn't go.'" Now how's that?
Mm.
So that was a frightening thing. And then it was, me and my friend used to like to go to the pictures. And if the warning would say, the warning, a lot of people would stay there. But I said, I'm going to run out. She ran one way and I ran the other. I think it took me nearly 10 minutes to run home. And as I was running, I looked behind, and there's a bloke as well ran, and I thought, "Oh, he's after me." So I got into the shelter. I said, Mum, somebody was chasing me. No, he was doing like you, running to get home. I said, oh, okay, that was that. So then it's another situation where I was all in that. A woman used to come in, she would say to us, oh, I do wish my sister would come over. She said, no, she got a little house over there. No, she's all right. So it was about 7 or 8 weeks later she walked in, her sister. So she said, oh, what you? She said, well, I might as well come over here with you. She said, it's you know, I'm only there on my own. When we woke up in the morning, her house had gone. A bomb had dropped and the blast had blown her house away. You know, as you say, you don't know these things until, yeah, well, that was that. And then there was, well, I was still young. Me and Rosie was just walking along the front of the bungalow. Then two chaps come by. They went, well, hello, girls. We just went in. So he said, we'll see you home. I said, I know where I live. So he said, no. So she went off with this bloke and he come round here. And when you have to, it was bunk, you have to, all the flats were there, but as you stepped in, there was a big cupboard there that took the stairs where the man cleaned and that, and then the stairs were there. So I was just there and stood there and he sat on the stairs and was having a chat. I said, well, I've got to go up there. And as he got up, I said, what the pitching hell? No, what the hell are you doing? He said, I'm going to kiss you goodnight. I said, you sod off. Listen, oh, don't you dare kiss you. I don't bloody know you. Was, oh, all right, love, all right. I thought, just met him. So I'm up
Good for you, Nan.
Oh, that was it. And what else? Oh, there was they used to, my dad said to my sister, would you take care of Dolly? He said, because I was suffering with them ulcers then. So I went to stay with Edie, and at Downham she lived.
Mm.
Then they dropped a bomb quite near. So John said, all right, you're going. And we went all the way to, well, it was such a long way. And we got into this little old lady's bungalow. There's a bedroom upstairs. She had a bedroom there, and this big living room. And she said, I'll take you. So we'd been in there a week. Rosie got up and she said, there's somebody banging on the window, throwing stones up at the window. So I said, oh, I'm going along years now. I should tell you before I met Ron.
Yeah.
I'll start with that.
Yeah, start with that.
Well,
I like this one.
I wasn't far from where I used to go to school. I said, Mum, I said, they're doing dancing up down the school there. So I said, is it all right? Yeah, she said, of course you go. Yeah, so me and Ma, it was Freddie's, it was my Freddie's wife's sister. I knew her. So she just, so down we went. We got there, so she said, oh, do come in, girls, she said. And she was playing the music. She said, there's not many boys here. She said, so just dance with your friend. So we're doing the waltz now.
Can I ask you, how old were you then?
I must have been about 15. No, I was nearly 16. Okay. So I was nearly 16, yeah.
Yeah.
So we was doing it right until one night the door opened and 4 blokes fell in. The snow was that deep. This chap, taller than you, had a white hat on and white slippers. Then somebody else come in. So, oh, she says, boys, that's good. She says, now, take a partner. She said, because we haven't got many boys here. Yeah, because they were young, because it's when they was 18 they had to go in. So, yeah, so I think Mum was, he was about 17. So, suddenly, he was in front of me. So we was doing the waltz, yeah, and then we had to stop for a little while. So I went over to him, I said, oh, that bloke's getting on my nerves. Oh, I said, he's driving me out the bleeding wall. So she says, yeah, she says, this bloke and now. They start going, there he was again. So when we went out that night, I knew 3 ways of getting out. The way they was all going out the front, but there was a big, where we used to play, there was an entrance there and an entrance there, and I said, come on. So we crept along in the snow. I looked up, and all I had to do was walk from here to your car, then it was where I lived. She said, I'll go round the back. So next time we went, he said, what happened last week? Oh no, we had to go and have our tea. We had a break. So when he said, yeah, love, he says, some seats down there. I said, no, thank you very much, we're all right. What else on the end? So, he said, where did you get to last week? I said, what are you talking about? He said, you didn't come out the back way, you weren't looking. And I said, was you? So Rosie said, don't be frightened. I said, okay, we'll go down. So he said, I said, see you next week, Rose, same time? Yeah, okay then. So he said, Ron said, I'd like to see your home. I said, it's just down there and round the corner. He said, no. I said, look, you've no right to take me home. I've only got to walk down there and go down there. I said, and if you think you're not going to follow me as well, you're wrong. So we went down there. I said, yeah, this is where I live. He said, all right, off we go. But me and my Rosie always used to go to the pictures 1 o'clock on a Saturday. So it's time, it was a couple of weeks later. If I got there first, she'd wait for me and invited first. I was waiting, she said, yeah, guess who's at the top there? I said, she that bloke. We got there, he's got hold of me and her, and he said, 3 upstairs, please. And shoving us up the stairs. So we got then, of course, being a bit crowded, he let her get in there, then he sat there and I sat on the end. And it was an Abbott and Costello film, and it was hilarious. It was a good time. So when we got out, he said, I'm going to take you home. I said, you don't have to. He said, yeah, I want to. He said, it was after years, he said to me, you know what, Dolly? He said, the laughter, he said, you was going, ah, and she was doing it the other side. I said, so she was right. So he took me home, and And we were still dancing. We got up to, yeah, we was doing well. We'd done the waltz, we'd done the quick step. And then, I don't know what happened next. Oh, so he said to me, oh, he took me home, as to say. He said, would you, oh, that's right. So, yeah, after that, he said, I would like you to take some pictures, he said again. He said, I'll be there about 1. He said, if you want to come, he said, you can. So, I'm getting out, and my mum said, what's the matter with you? She said, there's something on your mind. She said, you don't know what you're doing here, what you're doing there. I said, well, it's this chap. I said, he's asked me to go to the pictures. So she said, yeah. He's doing a nice job. So I said, but it's, I forgot her name. It's my friend. I said, if I go with this chap, she know what she said. She said, if she found a boyfriend, she wouldn't care less about you. You go. So that's what I wanted. And then, it was so we used to go into the pictures and that. And, you know, I told him when I met his mother, we were going to a dance. It was up quite there. What's the name of the station?
Not Elephant Castle, is it? No.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So we had to go up there, round the corner, into this big dance hall. So we had a dance, and oh no, he said to me once, you asked he had a good, nice friend, Stan. He said, the only time you see Stan, I asked him what I said. And I said, yeah. So he used to live around the back, so I used to go round and see Stan and his mum. And then I said to him one day, what's this Ron supposed to have said to you? He said, well, you remember that night we all got in? I said, yeah. He says, he looked down, he said, that's the girl I'm going to marry. He said, he pointed to you. And so that was it. Oh, so we got to this dance hall. We had a dance, and then I was dancing with all his mates and that. So he said, I'm going upstairs to get some cigarettes. He said, won't be long. We sat there quite a while. Then the waltz come on, and Stan said, do you want to dance, Doris? I said, yeah. So we was dancing, and he come down. He said, you might have waited for me. I said, what? He said, well, I said, look, you was up there. What do you mean wait for you? Do you mean to tell me I can't dance with anybody else but you? I said, you bleeding headache, mate. I'm going home. I said, don't you dare. I can dance with who I like. So that's it. Suss yourself. I got hair, put my coat on. He said, away. No, I just had my hair done. I'm storming out the road. So he said, he come out, he said, you don't know. I said, yes, I do know her, but I wasn't, but I thought I'm going to follow him. So I slowed down, because I was in a temper. And we went round, and we got to the place where I said, okay, good night. I said, I know where I'm going there. He said, no, come this way as a shortcut. He took me down this road. He opened this gate and shoved me in, opened the door and shoved me in this house. I said, what? He said, just go in. So it was his house, I didn't know. he opened, the kitchen door opened, and he said, Mum, Dad, this is Doris. Well, his father was hanging the curtains at the bottom. Oh, he said, oh, not another one. So, because I was standing there dripping, I could have killed him. His mum gave me a towel, and Les, he was in that, oh, come under. He said, take his shoes off, and we sat near the fire. His mum made me a cup of tea. And then eventually, we was having a little chat, and we all went. So when I got outside to him, what did your father mean? Another one. He said, well, I've got a sister Doris, I've got a cousin Doris, and Les got a girlfriend Doris. Now you're the fool. Oh, now I know. That's how it all went on. Yeah. So, yeah, and that was then, yeah, we got engaged when we was 8. No. Yeah, it must have done, because Ron went in the Air Force. I've no name is upset. And